Nancy here, your Living in Yes coach, supporting women who are navigating the challenges of peri and post-menopause. So, we have been talking, it is July here where I am today, and it is hot. So, we've been talking about hot flushes this month. We have looked at, what is a hot flush, what causes it in our bodies. We looked at EFT tapping for relieving stress as a contributor to hot flushes. We've talked about sort of practical adjustments that you can make in your lifestyles, a little bit of energy medicine work. And today I want to talk about the importance of nutrition, which is critically important to how we manage our hot flashes. We're going to look at identifying and avoiding the trigger foods, whatever they are for you. What are some of the more common ones? How to stay well nourished during menopause, and how to incorporate beneficial foods into your diet. So this might be a little bit of a long one because there's a long list of things here to go through, but we are going to do our best to get through it quickly, and maybe we'll cover some in more depth later on. So number one, think about when you get a hot flash, just pausing for a moment and noticing, okay, observing what is it that what have I just been eating, what have I just been drinking, and not even just that. I know today we're talking about food, but there's so much more around that. What have I been thinking about, what is stressing me out, what have I been doing? What activity have I been doing? Those sorts of things. What's around me in my environment? All of that. But for today, what am I noticing in terms of what I have eaten? Some of the more common things that you might have eaten or drank, might be, alcohol, spicy foods, high sugar foods, and caffeine. Those are sort of four very common triggers. I know for myself, I notice I get a hot flash pretty quickly after having chocolate, which is one of my favorite things in the world. So I try not to have too much of it, but I've noticed that, and so that's something that I can adjust for. I know for my sister, if the smallest amount of red wine will set a hot flash off for her. So that's something that she manages. And everybody is a little bit different. Spicy food doesn't seem to bother me with hot flushes. So you need to really just think about and notice what is affecting you particularly. And it might be something completely different. So just notice the patterns, write it down. Number two, this is a really big area. Now, stay well nourished. Now, this is for everything in menopause, not just for your hot flushes. It's for, your metabolic health, just keeping yourself for your stress levels, everything. It's going to help everything for you. And that is focusing on a well-balanced diet. So what the research tells us in terms of our needs in menopause are that here are some basics that we need. Of course, plenty of colorful fruits and vegetables. Just like for anyone else, it's important for us in menopause. 5 to 10 servings a day. A serving is about the size of your fist, just to make it easy. All of our fists are different sizes. Look at your fist. That's your serving of fruits and vegetables. What else? Whole grains. Maybe like a cupped palm of whole grains, up to 8 servings a day. Ideally, get them to be high in fiber. We're going to talk about fiber in a minute. You want lean protein sources. Now, this is so important for us women in menopause because women in general just tend to absorb proteins as well. But as we get into menopause, with all of our hormonal changes, we are not absorbing the proteins that we are intaking as well. So sometimes we need to sort of overcompensate a little bit on our intake and get a little bit extra. Now, the recommendation is between 0.54 and 0.9 grams per pound of body weight. So for a 140-pound woman, that's somewhere between 76 and 126 grams of protein a day. Now that's quite a big range. And again, these are typical numbers. So for you specifically, talk to your nutritionist, talk to your doctor about what specifically is important for you. But in general, if you notice that you're on the very low end of this, that might be a trigger for you to say, hey, I really need to talk to someone about this. I know that was a big deal for me. I one of the things that I really noticed when I entered this stage in my life was that I was not eating anywhere near enough protein. Make sure you get lots of fiber. You know, for women who are under 50, we're talking 25 to 28 grams. Once you are over 50, it goes down to about 22 grams. And that's just, you know, a caloric intake. Our body needs sort of adjusting for the stage in our life. So what is high in fiber? That would be like your oats, your raspberries, your pears, your apples, your quinoa, broccoli, Brussels sprouts. Those sorts of things are really good for you. Don't forget about your fats. You know, fats are important for us. We do still need to eat them. They have an important role to play in our body, and so we don't want to eliminate the healthy fats. We want to keep them in there. Fat is about the size of your thumb. Oh, and I think I forgot to tell you, like the protein is about the size of your palm. So whatever your palm is, the thickness and the size of your palm, that's a serving of protein, which is about 20 to 30 grams. So fats is about the size of your thumb. That would be like your nuts, your seeds, your cold pressed oils, your oily fish, your avocados, those sorts of things. They're very healthy, of course, usually very calorie dense, but still important for your bodily functions. So, and I think we'll maybe talk about those specifically in more detail in the future, just so you know, like, why would I even want to eat something like that? So just in general, making sure that you're getting the support that you need nutritionally, nutrition, vitamins, minerals, all of those sorts of things to support your overall well-being is going to make a huge difference for your hot flushes. And there are, of course, some beneficial foods that you can also then incorporate into your diet that have been shown to be beneficial for this stage in our life for women, dealing with hot flushes and those sorts of things. And that would be like your soy, your flax seeds, your healthy greens, again, your omega-3s, your fish, your walnuts, your flaxseed, that sort of thing. And I'm going to include a link below to an article from the Cleveland Clinic that gives you all sorts of great information on this. And again, consider, these are sort of general guidelines. If you are like way out of whack on somewhere in the guidelines, maybe that's just something to notice. Like, maybe I need to talk to somebody about this. Maybe I need to connect with a registered dietitian or a holistic nutritionist or somebody who can give me a little bit of support in this area. Now, how can I help with that sort of thing? Well, I can connect you if you're in this area with somebody in person or with someone online who can help you as specific to those. But there's the thing, and then there's the emotions around the thing. And the emotions around the thing are usually what stop you from doing what you need to do, or they perpetuate you doing the things that that aren't really in your best interest. And that's where someone like me comes in to help you sort of map out what it is that you really want. What's really stopping you from achieving what that is that you want? What are the emotions around the things, and how can we help support, give you that emotional support to help you navigate this journey through your life? So tapping into your inner strength, letting go of your self-judgment, trusting yourself so that you can navigate this time in your life with confidence and grace and love who you're becoming and really enjoy your unique journey of possibilities at this time in your life. So, bottom line is these things happen, hot flushes happen, and there are ways that you can support them. It's not just an inevitability that you must endure these things. There are lots of ways to support yourself through this. And if I can help in any way, I'd love to have a chat. So remember, Mark Hyman tells us that food is the most powerful medicine that you can use to change your health. And in the case of hot flashes, this will help as well. I would love to see you next week. I'm going to speak with an acupuncturist who's going to give us some tips and tricks on managing hot flushes using acupressure points for self-care, and also what might that look like if you went to see an acupuncturist, a traditional Chinese medicine, someone who practices traditional Chinese medicine. Remember, when you you can hit pause, but then play. Life shifts, and so can you. Menopause is a groove and not a grind. Grab your freebies down below. Please subscribe to this channel. I would love to hear any comments that you have, anything that's worked or hasn't worked for you, anything that you struggle with, and what your story is, how you might have overcome those things. Love to chat. Take good care. Bye now.